Very much for the opportunity to come and tell you a little bit about Tiny Tickers. As you said, it's a very small charity. There's only 6 of us on the staff team. I'm the only one who works full time, so we're very small in the world of charities. But we've been asked to come along and tell you a little bit about our story of Giving Tuesday last year, which, spoiler alert, it went quite well. I guess I probably wouldn't be standing here if it hadn't. So it went really well from us. And so my message really is to any small charities out there that do roll your sleeves up and get involved, because you will reap the rewards. So I'll tell you a little bit about Tiny Tickers and what we do first of all. So around 1 in every 125 babies is born with a congenital heart disease. And that's a big old number that a lot of people don't realise it's as common as it is. We're a very small charity, and we're there to help those babies, particularly through finding them. So roughly 1,000 babies every year in the UK leave hospital, newborn babies leave hospital without anyone realising that they've got a heart problem. And very sadly, in some cases, that means that they're not going to survive. The NHS does a wonderful job once those babies are getting into their care system. I know that because my own daughter was born with a heart condition at 8.5 hours of open heart surgery when she was three weeks old. What Tiny Tickers is here to do is to make sure those babies make it to the operating table. So one of the things we do is fund the machine that you can see in the picture there. That's a midwife in Leeds doing a test on a newborn baby, and that test is called a pulse oximetry test. And what that does, very simply, is it measures the amount of oxygen in the baby's blood. And a low reading could be a sign that a baby has a heart defect and would trigger further investigations. So last year we started funding those machines, and we launched an appeal called Test for Tommy, named after a little baby who tragically passed away. And we launched that appeal about a month before Giving Tuesday. And then my head of fundraising came up with the idea that on the day itself we should try to re-energise that appeal, and to use Giving Tuesday as a platform to engage our supporters, to reach new audiences, and to really be the second leg of that appeal and push the appeal further. So our goal for the day was really simple. As a small charity, we said, right, one of these machines costs £750. So let's raise enough money on the day to buy one machine. So the reference I put on the slide here is that we got our Blue Peter style totaliser ready. I realise, having met quite a few of you, that many of you will not have a clue what Blue Peter is. But for those of you who aren't British and aren't of a certain generation, Blue Peter was a children's programme that did an annual appeal. I assume they still do. So we wanted to use the day to start off at zero and to say, really, here's something very tangible. Let's raise £750 and fund one of those machines. So we decided we'd do that through social media. Our small charity budget was £0, so we had no money to spend on this. So we decided that we would set up a Facebook fundraiser, and we use our text donation platform and our online donation platform, and we'd see what we could do. I've just got a few examples of what we did. So first of all, we came up with a couple of case studies. So we had Ruby and Elsie and their parents talking about their particular journeys. When we launched Test for Tommy, that was a very sad story, and the appeal was named after Tommy, who, as I said, passed away sadly, 11 days old. What we decided with Giving Tuesday is we wanted to bring a bit of fun and a bit of good news into the appeal. So we had 2 case studies that ended with a positive outcome for the babies. And their parents very kindly helped us do Instagram posts, helped us do some Facebook memes. My head of fundraising then convinced me to do a charity video, as you can see in the bottom corner there. So unfortunately our supporters were treated to me holding up a machine, explaining what the machine does and telling them all about it. That was the very first thing we did in the morning, was me saying, look, here is the machine, here is a machine, we want to buy another one of these. And then, as I said, as the day went on, we tried to be as responsive as possible, and to build up the momentum, and really to put anything we could. And we had a bit of fun with it, so we broke out the Tom Hanks memes and we broke out the Friends memes. I did a couple of Facebook takeovers, one at lunchtime or one in the evening, where we said, right, you can ask us about the appeal, ask us about Giving Tuesday, but also ask us about Tiny Tickers. So come in with any questions you want, and to really make it sort of personal and to build up some enthusiasm. And I did a Twitter takeover as well. So that's just a few examples of the type of thing that we did, and it went really well for us. So our target initially was to raise £750 for one machine. We beat that 6-fold. We raised £4,500, and that enabled us to buy 6 machines, which was beyond our wildest dreams. So it was fantastic, and to be able to to be able to give that feedback as the day built and the momentum built around the day was absolutely fantastic. So I was very briefly asked to just to explain a little bit for the benefit of other small charities what we think caused that success. And so we were chatting about this, and we think linking to an established campaign was a really good idea rather than trying to introduce something new to our supporters. Most of the donors were engaging our warm supporters, although we did break beyond that as well. We think having a tangible target really worked. Very first thing in the morning, standing up saying, look, here's a video, here's a machine, this is what it does, help us buy another one. Having that very tangible target, rather than just saying, can we have some money please, and we're not going to tell you where it's going to go to, that really helped as well. We had multiple ways to donate. So as I said, we did Facebook fundraiser, we had donating through our website, we had a text donate system as well. So we had lots of different ways that people could get engaged across the different social media platforms. And we had those emotive case studies. Someone mentioned earlier that some causes out there are very difficult to engage the public with. Babies and heart defects is not one of those causes, I've got to be honest. It's one that is very emotive. And the one thing we have got at Tiny Tickers is a lot of case studies that we can use. I think those are kind of the obvious things that you would probably try to do with any appeal, any campaign. The thing that really worked for us with Giving Tuesday is that we spent the whole day focused on it as a team. So we said, this isn't something that we're going to schedule some posts and then sit back and see what happens. This is a day where the entire team are using their private Facebook and Twitter accounts, where as a group we're coming together, the 6 of us, and we're really making a big deal of this, and we're engaging with our supporters. My head of fundraisers told me I had to put this one up. I don't know whether I was a help or not, but I got involved all day. So as I said, I did social media takeovers, we did videos, we really tried to make it personal. As a small charity, that's one of the things that we're able to do. We're able to be responsive, and we're able to be very personal and get to know our supporters and then get to know us. So we made sure we did a lot of that on the day. And we were very organic with our updates. So as I said, we were breaking out memes every time we got a big donation. We were thanking people as we went. So again, it wasn't just schedule and see. And we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun as well. So as I said, to sum it up, we didn't just schedule and hope, we lived and breathed the day. And hearing everyone today has been really interesting, because as the day went on, we started out thinking, this is an appeal about tiny tickers, and as the day progressed we realised actually we're part of something bigger here. We're part of this movement, we're part of what's going on around the world, and that was really special for us, because as a small charity you often work in isolation. To suddenly realise that you're getting tweets and messages back from people supporting other charities, you're seeing the activity that's going on the day, and you're part of that wider global movement was really good for us. And what it meant, as well as the money, it gave our brand awareness and people's knowledge of Tiny Tickers an absolutely huge boost. The number of new followers we had on social media, and those people have then gone on to become donors or regular givers or supporters in other ways. The one thing that we didn't manage to do, which has been mentioned quite a few times today, is involve too many brands in it, and I think that's the thing that we're going to try to capitalise on this year. We were hoping we might get some match funding from a brand. We didn't manage to pull that off. One of the reasons I'm mentioning that, because there's some brands in the room. I'll be available on the terrace later. We've got some good ideas about what we want to do this year. This is little Rocco. He's on our thank you cards. That's the thank you card we send to people who donate. He's had a heart condition, he's had surgery, he's doing really well. And so just to sum up, because of those 6 machines and because of Giving Tuesday, every year in the UK, 9,000 newborns will be tested by those machines, and will now have a test that they haven't had previously. And within those, there are bound to be some babies who will have a heart defect that hasn't been spotted, and maybe, just maybe, those machines will help save their lives. So for me, Giving Tuesday was an enabler. It enabled us to do that. It enabled us to reach a new audience. It enabled us to buy those machines, and was more successful than we could ever have thought. So just to finish, we are already actively planning this year's campaign, but no spoilers on that one. Keep that under wraps. But thank you very much for the opportunity.